We had some sick ass fucking monkey uniforms at Atlantis.
Yeah. Like Aladdin, dude.
Yeah.
You guys did, huh?
Yeah. There's fucking stupid shit, dude. That place is such a fucking joke. And neither of us are ever going back there, so we can name drop people like a motherfucker
Yeah, totally.
if we want.
Let's go.
But it's like they want to be fucking high end so bad, but the clientele is just such fucking dirtbags that it'll never happen. And so are all the employees because they're not treated well. And like they don't really need to be because it's all low level positions. I'm sure the higher ups are probably treated well. Those are the people that they can't replace, but anyone else is expendable. So they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I remember, dude, like, because I was there a long time. I was there for like 5 years total between the busboy job and the valet.
Yep.
So I was there. First, they tried to get the 4 diamond thing. Yep. I forget which company put that on.
Forbes, I think. I know it was Forbes after that.
Yeah, Forbes was after. Then, so we got the 4 diamond.
That's right.
They probably paid him off, dude, because there's no fucking way we passed that shit. No fucking way, dude. And then we tried to get the Forbes 4-star rating, and I don't know if they had it. I remember when they tried like once and completely failed. The entire fucking building failed, and then on the second attempt, only the spa got it. The rest of the building failed.
Yeah. Because
they have like secret shoppers come in that you don't know that they're working, and they're just basically judging everyone. But they have. Did you work there when fucking Kenny was the supervisor? Dude?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, he was so funny. Like, he did not give a fuck, and he was the only one that would ever talk back to the higher ups. And they were like having a meeting about doing all this extra shit to get 4-star rating. Mm-hmm. Like, we got to do this. We got to do this. Come on, guys. Remember fucking Mark, our like high up boss, was always like a fucking team motivator guy. And everyone was like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And he's like, we got to do this. And Kenny's just like, why?
Right.
And he was such a fucking dry asshole. And he was like, what do you mean? Like, no one would ever talk back to any of those guys. And he's like, why would any of my guys do any of this? Like, there's no incentive for them to do any of this extra shit. Like, we're not getting paid more. There's no opportunity for any of these guys to move up in the company. And he's like, so why are they going to do it? And he's like, well, I guess I don't have an answer for you, Kenny. He's like, okay, well, let me know when you do.
They don't know what the fuck to say.
I remember when he was a supervisor, Darlene and Carol. So Darlene's like a really high up. Yep. Or no, it wasn't even Darlene. It was Donna, I think. Either one. It was a really high up, and then the casino manager. They were like outside in the port, and they're like such little kids. Like they're the fucking levels of management at that place is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like it's so structured and hierarchy, and like they're too high up to even speak to Kenny. Exactly. And it has to go through 10 levels of management before the fucking message gets to the person who's doing something wrong. And none of the bosses will ever take responsibility for anything. It's just fucking blame the guy underneath them until it goes down to the valet. Yep. And so they were like talking shit or something. Like they were just out patrolling the port and like whispering to each other. And Kenny's just looking at him like from where you greet cars. And he walks over across the port and he's like, "Can I help you guys?" And he told me like they just looked at him, didn't say fucking shit, and then just went back to gossiping to each other. And he's like, "All right, well, let me know if you need anything," and just walked away. Wow. Yeah, they fucking hated his ass. Yeah,
they do a lot of shit like that. Mm-hmm. I remember, was it you one night? It was either you or Kenny or someone like that, where it was like Darlene and like Don or something. You opened the doors for them and you said like, "Have a good night, guys." And they're like, "Guys?" Yep. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah,
like,
it's all bullshit. Yeah. But what got me thinking about this is our uniforms, because like Peppermill, right down the street's like Atlantis' main competitor. They're also a nice place. They're also 4-star and shit. And our uniforms were like made out of this fucking heavy polyester shit. Like sucks to work in, especially in the summer. But even in the winter, when you have your jacket on, you just sweat in these things. And you remember what they look like, but they're just bullshit. And it was always like, no, we have to have these nice button-up uniforms, and they look like a typical like Bellman.
Yeah, uniform. Like if we're in like in the 50s or some shit. Right. When Bellman is like, ting!
Exactly. Yeah, yep. And it was like, no, we have to have these because we're 4-star and this and that. And then you go to Peppermill, which is also 4-star, and the fucking valets are wearing like
a polo or something in shorts, right?
Peppermill polo and like it looked like workout shorts.
Yeah.
And like that's acceptable there. So it's like it was total bullshit.
Yeah.
That does suck. I'd rather have someone in normal clothes than like a show.
Right. And that's what it was trying to be. It's like all a show, but their regular clientele that keeps that place going is fucking trash.
Yeah. They're so bad.
Damn. Glad I never worked there.
You could, dude. I could hook you up.
Yeah, bro, we could change.
It'll take you about fucking 4 months to get hired. All the paperwork
that's another
bullshit going through HR and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you get a job there?
I just applied. I think you have to apply online to all those places. But when I first moved up here, I applied to like GSR for Charlie Palmer's steak, and I didn't get the job. They did like a group interview, which is so weird. I was the only one that had any experience, and I didn't get the job. So obviously I fucking sucked really bad in the interview or something. But and then I just applied to Bistro Napa, had a busboy job open. So I interviewed there at Atlantis, and I got that job.
Yeah. You were there for like 2 years and you transferred to Valet or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to work with this kid, Kevin, up in the Bistro, and then he transferred down to the Valet. And then he ended up leaving, and I took Kevin's spot at the Valet.
Gotcha. That was a little bit before me.
How'd you transfer from up there? Was it like, I'm leaving, I'm going down there, or you had to apply?
Yeah, well, kind of. It's not applying. You just put in for a position transfer since you're already in the company. But you still have to like interview and shit. But the interview was such a fucking joke, dude. Howard was the only question he asked me, because you have to have to work valet. Probably at most places, you have to have 3 years clean driving record, like nothing on it. And I didn't have that. I had like 2.5. Fuck, like I don't think I'm gonna get it. And I thought that's what he was gonna ask me about, because I walk into his office and he like sits me down. He's like, okay, only question. And I was like, fuck, here it comes. Like, I'm not going to get the job. Like, I really want to transfer. I hated the busboy job. And he was like, can you drive a stick? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay. And then that was the only question for the interview. And then he just goes into like customer service, like holding doors open for people, greeting, shit like that. And so I still didn't get the job. Tom must have been feeling nice that day, because he was the one that made the call. Like, I was at HR, it was a done deal, and I had to bring in my driving record, and they were like, oh, like you have to have 3 years clear, and it was almost there, but Tom gave him the okay.
Probably having prior or working for them already. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's something with the insurance. Yeah. They have to pay, that they can't have any bad drivers on their insurance because it makes it go way up or some shit. But insane the amount of kids that worked there throughout the years that couldn't drive a fucking stick.
Yeah, and they just say yes, but nobody tests them. Mm-hmm. They're like, all right, well, we'll take your word for it. And then they're fucking burning clutches in the fucking parking lot across the street, and you smell that shit.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Totally. Yeah, fucking Rotha. Dude. I'll never forget. Yeah. Dude, this kid Rotha that now goes to the gym. You met him.
Yeah.
Dude, he fucking, when he first started there, he couldn't drive a stick. And I think we talked about it, actually. I don't know if you were there. Oh, no, you were there. It was at the Battlegrounds competition, but you were shooting photos and shit. But we were talking about it. He's like, no, dude, I fucking had some good practice during there. And like, I could do it at the end. I'm like, dude, you should have fucking done it at the beginning. But I remember he was pulling this guy's Jeep out, and it was busy. Like, an event just got out, so everyone was getting their cars at the same time. And so I was getting a car, and I see him come around in the parking lot across the street, and he's just like, whoa. And the fucking front end of this Jeep was going up and down, up and down, up and down. I was like, what the fuck? And I already thought he was a dumbass. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? And we like get across the street, and the same thing, he did that like right in front of the guest because he couldn't fucking drive it. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I don't know how he managed to do this, but it's just whoa. And I remember the guy was pissed.
Yeah, really? You can smell that shit.
I would be too, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You let some dipshit drive your car and he pulls it up like that.
Just devalues it like that. Dude. There goes $500.
Your clutch is gone.
Fucking half the clutch life gone. And then he has to tip the kid. Like, here you go. Thanks, dude.
Nah, not tip after that.
Shouldn't have if he did.
Don't you think? That earns a no tip if you're fucking burning the clutch.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But some people still do. But
that's nice.
But yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy, dude. That guy does seem kind of out of it.
Yeah, you'd fit in there.
I would, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hell yeah, you would.
I've drove stick like 3 times.
Oh, perfect.
I
3 times more than everyone else.
That's true, dude. Yeah, we always had fucking good nicknames there too. Charles made some good nicknames, but we had fucking Turbo Lag Chris.
Yeah.
He's this kid. He was like super smart. So is Rotha. Rotha's smart too, but there's no common sense. And Turbo Lag Chris had no social skills at all. And I remember I was standing in the booth with him, and someone walks up to the glass, and it's like a movie theater thing where you have to like put the keys through the little slot and stuff. And so you have to kind of yell through the glass to hear. So they like ask him a basic question, something about the hotel. And instead of just saying, he was kind of new at the time, but instead of just saying like, oh, I'm not sure, hold on, and turning around and asking me, they ask him and he's all, and then like spits out an answer like, I don't know, hold on. And he would do that all the time when he talked. You could just ask him anything, like even about like how school is, oh man, it's really good. Like blah, 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 blah. So I named him Turbo Lag because it's like,
his mind's so fucking, yeah, exactly.
It's like spooling up. That's exactly how his mind worked. But he was like engineering student, like hella smart kid.
Exactly. Just no social skills and like just clueless as fuck.
That's crazy.
Dude, we just hired, we were talking about that at the gym the other day, this era. We had like a really solid crew. I think probably like you were the last one or one of them of the solid crew that we had. And then some people quit, start hiring, and then it was just a fucking load of retards for like a year straight.
So much, yep. You get like one good one out of like 10, and the turnover there is so fucking high.
Really?
You meet a new kid every 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Because someone will either quit, get something else, or they fucking crash until they get fired.
Yeah, we had fucking Turbo Lag Chris.
What was the worst crash?
Probably Derby Donald was one of them.
Well, it depends, like worst depending on damage or like stupidest, because there's
Derby Donald has had, so usually at the Valet you get fired after 2 crashes.
Yeah.
So Derby Donald had 2 crashes. That's why we named him after he left, Derby Donald. Yeah. But he had 2 crashes within like a month of each other, I think.
Yeah, and he was new too. And he's been there a couple months and they happened so quick.
They just fucking fired his ass. But he had this one dude I'll let you, the first one when he crashed that Corolla.
Is that in the one in the port?
They were both in the port, but yeah, when he pulled it behind the truck.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, he pulls behind this truck and then like he just goes and scrapes the fucking mirror right on the whole fucking side and then like stops and then just goes again. He doesn't like reverse or like get out. He just fucking and just fucking made it even worse. And he's like, well, it's going to happen.
No, he was like, there was an F-150 right in front of him. And then he was hopped in this Corolla and the F-150 was parked. So then he turned left to go around this F-150. Wasn't even close to clearing. You know when you have to swing wide so you don't hit the rear of the car when you're pulling like out of a parallel spot? He hits the front quarter panel of the car, like right at the fucking front wheel. Not even close. And then light code said, as soon like he hits that, he stops and then just fucking pinned it. Dude. He's all, and just ripped every panel on the side of this car, dude.
That's right, yeah.
Front quarter panel, front door, rear quarter panel, and then stopped when it was on the rear wheel of the thing. And we're like, oh my God, dude, the thing is just fucked on the side. And then he had another one.
As you get your car back. Like,
yeah. And I remember the dude with the truck was hella cool. He just gave us $20 and was like, hey, keep it close, like take care of it. And then this kid just fucked his shit up. Yeah. Luckily, it was only the bumper for that, but the car was
just fucked.
And the other one was the same exact situation, but on the other side of the port. So he was turning right. And it was an older truck that had those tow mirrors on it that pop onto
this is the one I always talk.
Yeah, they pop onto the mirror before they had like the trucks came with the tow mirrors, so they have a extension so you can see when you're towing, so a little bit wider than normal. And I remember Krusty Nick was standing there, dude. They need a fucking TV show for this place, dude. Krusty Nick,
nicknames, bro.
Krusty Nick was standing there, and he was like the OG of the spot, and he's like, watch that mirror as Donald was getting in it. And he's like, yeah. So he does the same move. He pulls to the right this time, and he's getting hella close, and you can see it coming. This mirror is going to hit on the car in front of it. So, of course, he the mirror taps it, and those things just pop onto the mirror. So any little pressure, it just popped it off, and then the thing fell to the ground, broke the mirror that's inside of the piece. So that even though it was like hardly any damage, it's still considered a crash because they have to report it and pay for it and shit. Yeah. And so he fucking does that, and then he stops, puts it in park, and he hops out, and he goes, "Well, I saw it coming."
That's what it was. Yeah. I saw it coming. Yep.
What?
Yeah. Like he knew getting into it. He's like, I can't handle this. We just did it anyway.
Yeah, and he just like watched it happen. Like, oh, that's gonna hit, and I'll keep going, and then just pop, boom, gets out. Well, saw it coming.
Yeah, and then he was gone. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, dude.
Damn. Oh, fuck, dude.
Crazy. I would probably wreck a car if I was in valet, dude.
Yeah.
I'd go there high.
Fucking
I know
Ignite,
I
dude.
would. I'd be like, fuck this place. I gotta go high and make it better.
Yeah, Ignite. Dude.
He'd be the Ignite of the valet.
I talked about Ignite on like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, and by the way,
that was just staring at the
that
door.
was Dion who had the video.
Oh,
when you were saying, whoever filmed them in the snow, it was Dion who had that video.
Yeah, see, Dion was one of the good ones, too, but we had a bunch of dipshits.
Like 1 every 10 would be.
And I actually didn't
worker.
mind Ignite because he was entertaining.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. He was just clueless. Fuck. It's clueless.
You ever wreck a car?
Nope. Never.
Oh, I did, dude.
Yeah, he did.
I wrecked a few, dude.
The one that I remember, a Prius, right?
Mm-hmm. And that was not my fault, dude.
No, yeah. So Prius, most people, I don't know, you don't know, but most people probably don't know either, is, a lot of new cars are now. You don't like put it in park with a stick. You hit the P. It's like a little fucking button. You just hit
they have this little chode that you fucking have to shift.
Yeah, it stays in the middle, but it goes to D and then it goes back and then reverse. But there's no park like on it. You hit the button and it puts it in park. A lot of cars nowadays, but I remember Priuses were like the big ones. And I don't remember the exact story, but I just remember you.
No, dude. So it's kind of hard to explain, but we used to do this move when the lot was really full, where you would take a car over to the lot to get a car that you needed to go get. So you could park one and bring one at the same time. But when the lot's really full, you don't want to park way at the back of the fucking lot and then walk over to your car and then take that one, because at Atlantis, they have an open lot. There's no like valet lot, which is so annoying. So anytime there's an open spot, some dipshit that's going to the fucking buffet for fucking half off night will park in our spot because it's not marked and it's not a valet only lot. So we used to do this move where you would pull the car right next to the one you were about to get, put it in park, get out, then grab the one that you're going to get, pull that into the lane, put it in park, get out, and then back the one in. So now you just put that car in the same spot that you're getting the one from. And then you get out, mark your ticket, and then get back in the car that you have to bring over to the door. Mm-hmm. So I did that. And it was right next to the main driveway of the parking lot. So there's cars on both sides of here. So it was a Prius that I pulled out. I parked, put it in park, got out, left the door open, and I pulled the other car in. And I get out of the car, I mark my ticket, and I look up, and the fucking Prius is gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I was looking around, I was like, oh, someone's fucking with me. Like someone was running by.
Yeah, because sometimes we'll do that. Yeah.
Something. And I couldn't see it. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I noticed the thing was across the driveway into the next set of cars and crashed into another car. And then here comes that fucking witch-looking lady that used to work security, dude. Yep. This chick was fucking...
Wicked Witch of the West,
exactly, dude. Had a fucking wart on her nose, everything. And so she sees this car like crash. There's no way. I would have reported it anyway because it was actually like a major crash. I wasn't just like I tapped a pole or something, but there's no way out of it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So then when that happens, you get drug tested. You automatically get suspended for 3 days while they like review it and shit. So I didn't get fired, but I had a couple of days off to think about it. And I'm like, dude, there's no way that I was that big of a dipshit. And like if I was, I would have owned up to it where I would have just got out and left it in drive.
Right, but plus like when you get out, it would have been moving.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought about for 3 days. Yeah. I'm like, dude, if I would have gotten out
3 days, dude.
Well, it was bugging me because I'm like, dude, did I really pull that dumbass move? But I got out of the car and I left it in drive and just walked away from it as it took off, and I didn't fucking notice it. And then I'm like, dude, there's no way I could have gotten out of the car with it in drive. Cause like Code's saying, when you get out and you let your foot off the brake, the things start to moving, you know?
You notice that for sure.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It would have like hit you as you're trying to get out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, there's no way that happened. And then it was kind of, we have these really, really mellow speed bumps there. And I was like, fuck, maybe I accidentally put it in neutral and it was kind of up on a speed bump and it rolled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I don't think it would have rolled that far.
Right.
And so when I got back, I did some fucking field tests with another Prius out there. And like, I tried to get out of one quick, putting it in drive. And just like I thought, there's no way. Mm-hmm. I put the rear wheels on the top of the speed bump and put it in neutral. And it rolled like to the bottom of the speed bump about fucking 4 inches and stopped. Like, that wouldn't work. So I start Googling shit. And it's a common issue with those first gen Priuses. You put them in park and sometimes the park button fails. Mm-hmm. They go in park and then they click back into drive. And that's what happened. Yeah. And then Toyota gets out of paying for all this shit because they say, well, did you put the parking brake on? And people say, no. You're like, well, you're supposed to put the parking brake on when it's in park.
Yep.
Because if the parking brake was on, even if it went into drive, it wouldn't move. Because when this happened, I remember I went to Testa and I talked to Ty Bybee about it. And he was like, dude, that same thing happened to me when I used to work at Discount Tire in the Lexus version of the Prius, the CT 200H or whatever it is. And I was like, no fucking way. He's like, yeah, dude, I got out of the thing and it was in park. And I'm standing there waiting for, yelling for the customer. He's like, and the thing just takes off behind me and fucking like violently goes like into this ditch and like bounce into a ditch. Like fucked up the car. I was like, no way. And then that's when I started Googling it.
Yeah.
Wow. That does suck, dude.
Yeah, I was there that night, and that shit was so fucking funny, though. I remember when you got down to security, you texted us, and you're like, I'm in Atlantis jail or some shit.
Yeah, dude.
Because they, like, put you in, like, the security holding room while they get somebody to take you to fucking, you got to go to Concentra right away.
Yeah, and it says, like, no phones all over and shit. You're like, dude, this place is a fucking joke.
Yeah. You're in a holding room.
There's like, it's literally a holding room. Like, they have a wooden bench there that has, like, handcuffs on it.
Really?
So if they get someone that's, like, really unruly.
That's a regular fucking thing there.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm fucking people taking showers in the fountains and shit.
Oh yeah,
wild,
fucked up shit, dude.
Yeah, I've never crashed though. There's a couple like fucking hit the pole or something. You back in and just tap it a little bit, but I've never like actually crashed. But people did all the fucking time. I remember before I quit because I just left in March or like right before March, maybe a couple months before that. We show up the morning of or the next morning, and there's this fucking car just totaled into a fucking pole, and it was just left out there from graveyard. And it was just the whole fucking front end was just destroyed, like crashed into the fucking pole. Turns out it was an employee who was just leaving graveyard, and they didn't want to fucking wait for their windows to defrost. So they fucking just, and they had been flying, fucking crashed in the fucking pole. So, but we all show up like, oh, which fucking idiot valet did this? Fucking graveyard. And then we find out later it's a fucking employee.
Imagine fucking looking through a little crack. Having
you're like, oh,
boom! Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Yep.
Dude, what's your since you're not a casino OG like us, what's your fucking worst or best experience at a local casino?
Yeah, where's your rig?
Dude, his regular? I already know it, dude. It's fucking guess.
Dottie's.
No, dude, no, a major casino, dude.
My regular? I don't have
spot.
A regular.
Yeah, you do, dude.
For what?
Your favorite.
To go to?
Mm-hmm. And anyone that lives in Reno, when we say this answer, you're going to be like, yep.
I'm trying to think.
Probably,
but
I don't really go.
Calneva, dude.
Oh, the Neva, yeah.
Why? Just took a free parking?
Free parking, and what were you saying that you were so pumped on? The drink special you got there?
Yeah, fucking 18 ounce in a shot
like
for
$2 or some shit.
$4.
Yeah. Like $5.99 steak and eggs and shit, right? I've seen
$4, dude, a drink and a shot?
Yeah, but look at the clientele you got to deal with.
It's okay.
He is the clientele.
Yeah, you don't got to deal with it. You fit right in.
I don't care.
Your brother is there.
Yeah, I don't care. That's a deal, dude. That's a deal. You spend fucking $12, you got a buzz for the night for a while.
Yeah.
3 beers and 3 shots? That's for $12, dude? Dialed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dialed.
There you go.
Let's go to the Neva.
Let's go to the Neva,
dog.
I'm down. Pre-game, and then we'll go to our bar after.
Dude, we have some shitty fucking casinos here.
They're so bad.
The Sands.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever been in there, and I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't
I
want
don't
to
think
go.
I've been in either.
It's like this. There's different like categories. Like I don't know how to classify them, but like Cal Neva, Sands,
Ramada.
Yeah, what about Ramada?
those all like fit. They're like
Ramada
the bottom
looks like
tier.
a hospital.
Dude, it could be the fucking paramedics there are enough.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Yeah, those like bottom tier, and then you go up to like the Eldo and the Legacy seem to be getting nicer over time. But
That's like where like
Harris-
normal people go though.
Yeah.
From the weekend.
Where?
Silver.
Yeah, the Legacy, Silver Legacy.
I was gonna say Silverado, but yeah, Silver Legacy and Eldorado.
Right.
Silverado.
Yeah, Silverado.
Right, the row.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the row. That's what they call it now.
Mhm.
That place is getting better over time.
Yep.
But they used to be shit too.
Yeah.
Circus. Yeah, that's bottom tier.
Well, now
with
they
those
got
guys.
fucking all the college kids living at Circus.
Yeah,
Circus.
that's fucking
What do you
nuts,
mean?
dude.
Because
You didn't hear that?
there was like an explosion at the
Argenta.
dorm, and so they're like renovating it. So every kid that was paying to live at this dorm, which I think is like the nicest one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or
it's,
one of
it's
them.
definitely it's a nice one. Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
there's new ones now. But
Yeah,
when my
but-
buddy went there, he was in Argenta, and that was like the
yeah.
sixth
Argenta
spot.
and Nye are like twins, and they're cool.
So they had this explosion there, like over summer. So all the kids that paid to go to Argenta, they just fucking put them up at the Circus,
Yeah.
dude. So they just have to walk across the highway next to that shitty CVS to
Wa-
go to class.
Walgreens.
Oh yeah, Walgreens.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, I haven't seen it, but
You probably get free food and
they
shit.
talk about in the news that like they made it like the layer of floors or whatever it is. They made it like a dorm, however they did
Dude,
it.
how pissed would you be if you're a parent spending all this money sending your kid to fucking college and they
Yeah.
have to live at the Circus, dude?
Yeah, and it's not like they got discounts because they still have to pay for living. Or
And
like,
usually,
or-
like a dorm is like only
money
your
back.
first year, maybe your second year. So they only got one shot at this, and they just
Yeah,
put
they
them at the
just fucked it
fucking
up.
Circus.
Yeah.
Dude.
Where would you put them? Whitney Peak or something nicer?
No, I don't know.
no,
what
I
they
mean you don't
would
have
do,
like no
but-
choice. Like
Yeah,
fuck.
What do you think the nicest hotel is in casino?
GSR now, Peppermill, GSR are like really close. Or, like
You think the
Yeah.
Whitney Peak is nice?
yeah, but it's like it's small and it's not. I
I
don't,
bet
know. I don't even
people
know if it's a
think-
casino. I think it's just a hotel, maybe.
yeah.
Oh,
I bet
you're
people
right.
think Atlantis is nice too, but we're just biased against it. That's
Totally.
why.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure
we've-
all the casinos,
Yeah.
it's all the same shit, dude.
They see
It's
all
all the same dirt
Back
bags.
end shit. Yeah.
Well, we
exactly.
see that at the valet, dude. You see these people come in that have players cards, and they'll have one for every casino.
Yeah, they just bounce around.
Like, there's some people that only go to Atlantis. They're like Atlantis OGs, but there's some people that literally just bounce around.
Yeah.
They'll go to Dottie's in the morning, like straight dirt
Where do
bag
they get
shit.
free play for the day?
Mhm.
Get $100 free play. I got to go to the Atlantis.
What's free play mean?
Basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. You get to play for free.
You just get money.
Yeah, because you spend so
It's
much
like
there.
a credit
And
on
what-
your player
It's
card.
the way of sucking. Their way of sucking you in. Because
Oh.
like, oh, we'll give him $100 free play. He's gonna spend 100 more after that.
Right.
Gonna chase that, So they'll give you free play or whatever. Like just getting like a free room.
That's
They
cool.
want you to take that free room because they know you're gonna gamble there or spend money. However,
Right.
even if you get a free room, you're gonna buy shit.
Tried to gamble and it's not that cool. Like it's cool when it's like my buddy Jake was doing it and he came up
Yeah.
$200. I'm like, let's go, dude. 200. You put in 60. You know,
Yeah.
we're killing it.
Something cool when you win, which is so small. But yeah, it's fun. Like if you like every once in a while, if you
But just think of a day at work, bro. For $160, you made that in less than an hour
Yeah.
on a gambling machine. If you get lucky that night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when I've gone and gamble, like I don't gamble that much, but even when I do, like you have to go in with the mindset of knowing that you're losing that money already. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna go gamble $100 tonight. Well, it's gone. Whatever else I get or whatever, it's better. Like
Right.
then that's fine. You just have to accept it.
As long as I get a couple of free beers, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's the
Yeah,
only
dude,
thing.
the people that are hard
But-
with that shit, they'll fucking they always talk about how much they win and they never talk about how much they lose.
Yeah, never.
But like the people that are addicted to it and it's like a huge problem, we see them like they'll go up and down like a crazy roller coaster. Their entire life has to be horrible, so stressful. Like
Yep.
they'll hit like a jackpot and get like 20 G's and then they'll just ball out for a month.
Yeah.
And they'll just blow it all right back into the casino. They'll stay there for like 5 nights
Yep.
in a row. They're fucking eating good. They're tipping the valets a lot and
Mm-hmm.
shit. And then there'll be 2 months of dirt poor, broke, trying to hit another jackpot to re-up to do the same thing again. But literally no money.
Yeah, never.
Like, it's crazy.
Yep. There's people there every fucking day. Like, dude, you'd be making good money if you weren't here every fucking day. Like, they actually work or whatever, and they just blow it all there.
Yeah, there's some people that do work. Like, I saw that they changed the player system over there now, but when we were working there, Black Diamond was like the top tier, and our boss told me that you have to cycle 250,000 a year through the machines to be Black Diamond status, and then at that point, like, they just suck your dick all the time. Like, you get whatever you want. You can treat all the employees like shit. Yeah. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's Black Diamond. Yeah, I always made the joke that, just a quick one, if a valet crashed into a Black Diamond's car and the Black Diamond wanted to be a dick, they would, even if it was the Black Diamond's fault, they would fire the valet.
100%.
Yeah. Shit. If the Black Diamond crashed,
it makes them way more money.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's all the employees are expendable, dude. And if that guy's spending $250 plus a year there, fuck yeah.
Get out of here.
They make it somehow the valet's father be like, sorry, even though it didn't do shit, but because they want to take their side.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But so there's like different levels of Black Diamond even. It's like there'll be some that are just dirt poor, and I'm like, how the fuck did you cycle that much money through this machine? But they'll like show up at the same time every day because they actually work. And they'll just blow every dollar that they have at that place. And then there's other Black Diamonds that are like legit well off and just have a gambling problem. But you can tell, like, there's some Black Diamonds that show up in like a $1,500 piece of shit car that's falling apart, and they have a fucking Black Diamond pass. And you're like, are you kidding me? Yeah. And then there's others that show up in like, fucking fresh Benz, brand new
bags, but they're blowing all their bags.
Uh-huh.
So stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then there's some like when you work day shift, there's some like old ladies that are Black Diamond that show up every day, and it's more of like, I think their husbands died, and like they have a bunch of money and they just have nothing else to do, and they like hang out together and just gamble. That's their thing.
Like so
that's okay.
Yeah.
But and then there's other people, like I was saying, that are just dirtbags with it.
Just chasing that shit, yeah.
When you guys see like a Rolls come through or like a nice car, what are those people doing? Going to dinner?
Yeah, usually it's like a one-time person. Like there's a couple people who show up in a nice car or something that like are regulars, or like those are the people that aren't there all the time. Some of them are, but like someone pulls up in like a McLaren or whatever. It's like because they're out on a nice dinner date or something, going to the fucking steakhouse. Yep. They're not.
I see.
Yeah, or like a weekend, you'll have something where they pull up in a Rolls Royce and they're there for the weekend, and then you never see them again. And there's a few people I can think of that have like supercars and shit that would show up somewhat regularly, but usually it's to go to dinner.
Yep.
And then,
You see 99% or you see 1% of the cars people post on Snaps and Instagram, the cool ones. 99% of the other ones are fucking disgustingly destroyed. Piece of shit. Just like I remember when he was telling about the buffet and shit, and like you hop into the fucking 300-pounder's car, just like your fucking seat.
Yeah.
That's blown every fucking car you get into almost.
Damn, dude. Yeah. There needs to be a famous account of someone that does valet in like LA or New
I bet
York.
there are.
I'm sure. I mean, well, you started it like your weekly stories or whatever, and you would post.
I'd post all the fucking gross ones on my Snapchat back in the day.
Valet life, and it would be fucking McDonald's everywhere and
just foul. And I know there's people listening to this right now that keep their car like that, like we talk about. So clean your fucking car.
Clean your fucking car.
And you're not too far off.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I got just hoodies and blankets.
When's the last time you vacuumed your car?
Well, that's different.
When's the last time you took an Armor All wipe and cleaned your steering wheel?
Like 7 months ago.
I doubt it.
7 years.
No.
You produce a receipt for the Armor All wipes, and I'll believe you.
Clorox, dude, or the Kirkland.
I'll use the Kirkland ones, dude. The scrubbing ones.
They smell better.
Okay.
They scrub too. Try it.
I know. I fucking clean the kitchen with them once a week, dude. I know. Yeah,
we'll try it in your car.
Might.
Good deal.
But yeah, it's always the same color as the interior of your truck too, that light tan. So every piece of dirt shows up.
You see that shit stains everywhere. Yeah,
you can see where they grab the steering wheel. You can see where they touch the door.
Steering wheel's black.
You can see where their arm sits right next to the window. Like just foul.
So
like
bad.
Never have ever wiped it down back to that original tan color. It's so gross, dude. And then it's always places where you have to touch. Like I would always grab the steering wheel underneath where no one touches it.
Most people, don't drive there.
But I mean, you have to touch the shifter to put it into drive. You have to touch the door handle to get out. So like even the gross ones, like you're still fucked.
Yeah. It's crazy. These people have no fucking pride and they're not embarrassed or ashamed about their vehicles. Dude. Like, oh yeah, I'll just take it to the valet. It's fucking destroyed. Like if I had something like, I was like, I'd fucking throw it away before I pull it in the valet if there was something
let
like
someone else drive it.
Yeah. And be like, yeah, I've got no fucking shame. Yeah, whatever.
It's like, dude, Atlantis has free valet. You don't even have to tip them.
Yep.
It's always those
That's what they always say.
Too,
yeah. That's what they always fucking say.
I just be like, don't take any of my weed, dude. I know my car's dirty.
Oh, you have people that say that too.
They took your weed?
Yeah. We had some fucking dirtbag, probably like a drug dealer because he was a young, like tweaker looking kid and he had like a decent car. And those types always show up at like 9:30 p.m. on the dot. And when he came out, I remember we were off already because I got off at 11. But the next day, he filed a complaint that the valet stole his fucking pain pills out of his car.
Yeah,
he was taking whatever pain pills, and he said that we took them. We're like, dude, or like we get all the time. Oh, the valet stole my GPS, and it's like, bitch, like you make $100 a day at the valet, fucking. In tips if you stay the whole time. It's like no one's losing their job over a fucking $40 TomTom.
Yeah.
What do you need a fucking GPS for anyway?
Exactly. So you're making good money. We're not going to risk our fucking job for that shit. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So stupid. They always did that just to file a claim or something.
And then they would always get proven wrong. And then those people have no, like, they never take responsibility for being a fucking bitch or a dipshit. They'll just be like, oh, and walk away.
Yeah,
like when they find you guys took my spare key. It's like, you only gave us one set of keys.
Right.
And this was it. It was the one attached to the ticket. No, I must have given you both. They're like, no, you didn't. And then, they dig through the purse or the pockets or whatever, and then they find it. And it's like, did you check your jacket pocket? Boom, it's right there.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, here it is. And then walk away. Like they didn't just yell at you for 15 minutes for stealing their shit.
Right.
Or their husband has it, or, oh, I left it at home, or whatever the fuck. Yeah, which reminds me of that one story. He needs fired. Do you remember that
one? About you.
Yeah, about me. Yeah. So a lot of the newer cars are push to start, so you just have the key fob. You don't need the actual key. So anyway, I get this lady's car, bring it around, and I put the fob. I think I put it like on the seat or something like that. Usually I would hand it to him so I know that I'm giving it, and they know that I'm giving it to him, so they can't fucking say anything. I think we were too busy, so I just left it either in the cup holder or like on the seat or something. Anyway, so your car will tell you if the key fob's not detected. It'll say key fob not detected. It won't turn off, but it'll, like, unless you turn it off, then it won't start. But it'll just say that. So anyway, she leaves and then comes back like an hour later. It didn't say that. And anyway, Matt, supervisor, he's like, hey, Code, check your pockets. You left a key? I said, no, nothing. Anyway, they search. She pulls up and she's like, hey, this kid stole my key. He needs fired. Literally word for word.
Yeah, he needs fired.
He needs fired. It escalated it, so I had to get like supervisor and get another Matt. He was the manager. Anyway, so then they search for it 5 minutes later, and it's under their seat. And key fob was there. I'm like, okay. And then they don't say shit to me, like, oh, sorry. So just take off.
Yeah,
fuck them.
Fucking scumbags. But it was so funny because he needs fired. Like, what fucking saying is that?
We would always say that after that happened. He needs fired.
Yeah, he needs fired. Yep.
It's dumb, dude. Bitch is dumb, dude.
Stories like that. And then I remember another one about me. Same thing when you were there. Not Key, but that guy was in such a hurry. I was driving that white fucking Suburban or some shit. Yep. And I go over the curb a little bit with his tires because he's in such a hurry. I was in another lane. He's like, no, bring it over here because he couldn't fucking walk. My alarm. Progress pick. Anyway, I pulled into like the other lane so we could get out because the port was all fucked. It was backed up. And he had like his old grandma wife or some shit. So he didn't want her to walk that far. So we like, just bring it over here so I could cut through. But like it's pretty close to the curb. So anyway, I cut through and I back tire just kind of goes up and over. Like, and
this is like a fucking 1994 full-size Suburban with like 15-inch wheels and like 33-inch tires, like huge tires, huge. Like hitting the curb. Would not fuck anything.
Doesn't do anything. I didn't curb his fucking wheels or scrape it. It just went up and over. Anyway, did it right in front of him. So, and he fucking lost it.
Yeah.
I hop out. He throws the fucking ticket and the tip at me that he gave me. Fuck, what the fuck did you do that for? You motherfucker, blah, 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 blah. And then I just walked away. He's following me into the fucking key booth. I closed the door and he fucking doof, 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 open the fucking door. And I'm like, no, sir, I'm not going to open the door. So then he goes to the window, keeps yelling at me, you motherfucker, I'm coming back. You're going to be fired, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, Unfucking believable. Yeah.
I just went over the curb, dude.
Yeah, and because he told me to fucking come to him. He could have just, and it wasn't even a big deal. And just people like that. Like, there's endless stories.
You ever see him again?
That. No. He was like, I'm coming back, and you're going to be fucking fired, you mother.
Yeah, he had this fucking old bitch mom with him, fucking with a walker or wheelchair or something, I remember.
She can walk 50
he didn't want to
whatever.
wait for the port to clear out so Code could pull literally right up to them. And that's why he had to like go around, hit the curb.
Yeah.
So they saved about 5 feet of walking distance or pushing distance for the grandma, and then went through this whole thing.
That was unbelievable. Wow. Shit like that. And that's just a common thing, too. Like, there's endless shit like that.
I couldn't do that. Dude. I had to be fun employed, dude.
Yeah, you'd have to shave, too, dude.
This wouldn't fly.
Nope, no beard. That's why I fucking wanted to grow this forever. Can't grow it, and then I finally left, so fuck.
I can't even grow a beard, so count your blessings, bud.
Want to do Tech 1 review, dude?
Yeah, let's do it. I don't have the app anymore.
Oh, perfect. I'll just go on the internet.
Well prepared. Oh, dude, I wonder if there's any good valet fucking reviews or some shit.
What?
Fuck, there might be. I bet I could find
good
some.
valet reviews. Dude, well,
don't do that, dude. Dude, don't do that.
I can do it. You
no,
gotta do the intro.
I could do the intro, but it's so fun using a new phone, dude. I have this full screen. I'm gonna hold it and get there. Okay, here, I'm gonna pass it.
Well, most of us have had this full screen for over a year. So.
I haven't, so I'm new to it, dude. It's a new phone. It's a brand new phone.
Brand new, baby.
Yeah, let's.
Sing, 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 boo, sing from fuck. Oh shit, Jerry. Tech 1 shitty Yelp review on the skirt valet. Right? The valet?
We're gonna hope.
Yeah. I was actually going to say that, like, finding a bad valet review, at least at the Atlantis, would be kind of tough because every time somebody would leave, like, a Yelp review or something, it would always be commenting shit about other stuff, but the valet department always killed it.
Yeah.
They'd always say the valet was so great.
They were always on our ass for, like, the valet was the worst department. And then we would always check the Yelp reviews, and there was, like, 2 out of tons of negative ones that said something bad.
Everyone's like, the valet's super nice, valet your car. They're all, Matt's great because he's a supervisor, been there forever, and everybody loves him. He's got tons of regulars, and every time, but people are always like, yeah, valet, you guys need to fucking pick it up. Worst department. Howard always said we were like the redheaded stepchild of the Atlantis, the valet department, because everybody just fucking hated us.
Yeah.
Because they knew we made good money and killed it, and they were all jealous.
It's because we're like one of the only departments that doesn't directly drive revenue for the casino. It's just a complimentary service. So like
free, man, it's free.
In the higher ups' mind, it's like we're paying these guys and they're not bringing in any money for us.
Yeah.
Even though they don't pay shit, $7.25 an hour.
With then they take off too if you get like, because they offer insurance, I think it comes out to like $5.70 or some shit. So below minimum wage.
Wow.
Your wage isn't shit. We make our money from tips, dude.
Yeah.
There'd be times I didn't pick up my paycheck for like a month because it's like,
yeah, it's literally just shit. Like extra money.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Like $300 or $400?
Yeah, I mean, it would just kind of depend, but yeah, $300 or $400.
Yeah, it would be if you worked full time, like 40 hours, it would be like $400.
Yeah, fuck. For 2 weeks, nothing. But you made
it's like working at Love's, dude.
yeah, exactly. It is, dude. You make more on tips, though.
Yeah.
Love's needs tip jar, dude. That's what they're fucking up on.
Yep.
We got anything?
How are we looking?
Yep. I had to download the app because the fucking
sort.
I couldn't sort on the website, but I downloaded it. We're going to lowest rated.
Thanks for putting more space and taking a negative dent out of my memory, dude.
You already know. You already know what we're fucking talking about. Atlantis.
Yeah.
All right. This is from Ben. Be aware of the Atlantis Casino if they invite you to a free slot tournament. If you sign up to participate in a free slot tournament at the Atlantis Casino and for some reason you cannot make it to your scheduled time, the casino will charge you for missing the tournament. That is right. They will charge you for missing a free tournament. They will deduct the charge from your account. And then some fucking loser named Zach replied to him. says, "Good morning, Ben, and thank you for sharing this review. Our free slot tournaments are free to invited guests and $149 for additional entries. Due to exclusivity, a cancellation has to be made 24 hours in advance. There's a disclaimer at the bottom of the mailed out invite prior to our no-show policy." This guy responds to every single negative review on here.
Oh, he's like their HR person or whatever.
Business customer service, it says under him.
Yeah. His job, dude, $8.25 an hour.
Here's one, Esha J. It's hella long. See if I can find anything. Oh, she gets racist with it right away.
Oh, fuck.
Well, she says, an employee, and then says, Arabian guy approaches us and pretty much asked me what we were doing there and asked if we had a card. They were in high limit, which is like where you have to pay a lot to gamble. It's like $20 machines instead of like dollar machines or whatever, or 25-cent machines. So, this whole review is about how she was racially profiled by another minority.
He was probably going to offer her like, "Hey, you have a host?
Yeah,
get you hookups."
Yeah, exactly.
Not anything like, "What are you doing here?" If you're spending money, they're not going to question you.
Yeah,
it's the fucking dirtbags.
It's not like you need a card to go to high limit.
Right.
As long as you have a 20 to put in the machine, get the fuck in there. It's like, you have a 20, like go that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that guy, they took it as if they were going to kick her out.
Mm-hmm.
No, that'd be like, dude,
dumbass.
Let me get you hooked because they're spending good money, or they think they want to get them hooked up somehow. Get you a free room or whatever.
Hooked up on the gear.
Yeah, that's a weird job, a casino host, dude.
Yeah.
They're basically just like a salesman for the casino.
Yeah.
And you're just like appointed to different people and you have to just like be with them and make sure they keep spending money there. And
you invite them back, give them a free room. Like, "Oh, we got you a limo to blah, 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 whatever."
They'll have dinner with the guests. So
weird as fuck.
Weird
but
job.
Basically a salesman. Yeah, exactly.
But they're like on call all the time. Like they'll have their high end people that spend a shitload of money come in for a weekend, and that weekend they're just fucked. I mean, those people will call them at 2 a.m. and need something, and they gotta go
do whatever the fuck they need.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like leave their house?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need a fucking rental car, and you got to go pick it up, or
like these
whatever,
people like are like the most entitled rich people ever. Like, and they use the casino host as their little bitch, basically. Yeah. Anything they need, like they can't do anything for themselves. They just call the casino host.
Damn. It's fucked up.
Wild.